Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Shortline Subaru. Save money, drive better. Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. Truly unique designs that you won't find just anywhere. That's why he went to Jared. Connect for Health. You might not think you need health insurance. We all do. Get yours today at connectforhealthcolorado.com. Jeep, and the unique brand of freedom you'll only find in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com. And by Bicycle Village. Huge holiday specials going on now, including their famous Hide a Bike program. The top-rated staff will assemble and hide your bike until Christmas. Not too far away from the start of tonight's game between Colorado and Calgary. But on a sad note, Peter, the whole hockey world mourning the passing of your idol, Jean Beliveau.
Yeah, it was a tough day. You know, I had known that he was very sick and that this day was coming, but the finality, it was tough day.
All right, let's listen in to the tribute to Jean Beliveau.
Recognize the passing of the Hockey Hall of Famer, Jean Beliveau.
From Montreal Canadiens, Jean Beliveau.
When you think of Wayne Gretzky, you think of Gordie Howe, you think of Jean Beliveau.
I think of the classiest guy that ever played in the National Hockey League, not only on the ice, but off the ice.
I had the privilege the first year to win the Stanley Cup with the great Jean Beliveau as our captain. So Mr. Beliveau was a very special person for me.
He, over his years, has created this aura, and at the same time, people who meet him find very much at ease in his presence.
I don't know if the game will ever see another person like him, and I don't know if there's ever been a more gracious player both on the ice and off the ice as Jean Beliveau ever was.
We now ask you to please rise and join us in a moment of silence to remember Jean Beliveau. Please remain standing, remove your hats, and join the singing voice of your Calgary Flames tonight, George Canyon, accompanied by Flames organist Willie Jewson and members of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in the singing of the national anthems tonight. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons command, with glory
glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, George Canyon. Willie Juicin. Welcome back.
Now we're ready for a little hockey. First of 3 meetings this year between the Avalanche and the Calgary Flames. And take a look now at the Ford starting lineup. And Peter will start with the goaltenders.
And for Semyon Varlamov, the first time we have seen him in the Avalanche in 20 days. Watched him practice, watched him get ready for tonight's game. Mike, everything seemed to be fine. He said he felt great. But the other end, Karamo, Mike, what a week he had. He goes into San Jose, shuts them out. Goes into Arizona, shuts them out. Comes home here and they win 5-2. This is a club right now, Mike, just being around them, you can feel the confidence. And they know the one thing that both clubs are going to do in this hockey game, they're going to skate. This is going to be a fast hockey game.
For the Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon's line will begin, and Jarome Iginla is out there playing a nearly 16 full seasons in a Flames uniform, along with Landeskog as the forwards to start the game for the Avalanche. Aaron Johnson, Jan Hejda on defense, and the puck is tipped out of play as we just start things. 7 seconds in to our first period of play.
Well, for Bob Hartley this morning, it was great to see Patrick Roy. The two of them came over and they talked for a few minutes. And Mike, the mutual admiration that between these two guys, you could feel it. I mean, they gave the hug, they were laughing, talking. It was great.
Well, when you're part of a Stanley Cup, which both of them were, and Bob Hartley was head coach, and of course Patrick Roy as the goaltender, that bonds you together forever. And look at the number all the way on the left, Peter. 399 career wins. Think he'd like to win number 400?
And he'd be the 33rd coach to do it. But the one that's really interesting on the other side, 299 losses.
I don't think he wants that one.
He doesn't want that one against Colorado.
Out at center ice, bouncing puck fielded by Gabe Landeskog, Avalanche captain. Knocks the puck down. Pass up ice for Iginla. He gets checked. And the puck flung into the Colorado bench. The puck has gone out of play. And we got to stop in action. We're only 31 seconds in. There's Jarome Iginla headed into the Avalanche bench area. Here's a guy who all-time leader in goals, games played, points for this Calgary Flames franchise.
And Mike, it's interesting. You know, we were here the night he got traded, or the rumors were. And boy, was it a tense evening around this building.
We thought he was going to Boston.
We thought for sure he was going to Boston. And then he said, nope, I'm going to Pittsburgh. Ended up signing at the end of that year with the Boston Bruins and became a free agent.
Varlamov pushed the puck towards the corner. Comes into the Colorado zone around the boards. Shipped out to center by Duchesne. Moving in. Trying to make a pass. Cut off. Banged out towards center ice. Scooped ahead by Josh Juris. Blocked at the red line. Bounced against the near side wall. Freed up by O'Reilly. Cross ice pass. Hit a stick. Back to the Avalanche side. And it's lifted with a backhand out of play by Nate Gennon. And we get another whistle. Slow start to our first period.
And these are his Calgary numbers. I always, you know, I kid with him. I've been doing this so long, Mike, that I actually was broadcasting the first game he ever played for the Calgary Flames. It was against part of the Chicago Blackhawks in the year that the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. And he was up in the playoffs. He came up. He had, you know, and you could, everyone was a buzz about this. This is the big kid of the future.
Snapped around the boards by Schmid, defenseman for Calgary, towards the corner, cut off by Nate Redmond. Kicking that the puck, trying to get up the boards, and it's lifted out towards center ice. Max Talbot out with Tomas Insir and Danny Briere. That's the line for the Avalanche. Chased down along the far side. And just called up again, Carl Stollery, the defenseman number 3 for the Avalanche, pushed to center for Briere and carried in offside, called on the Colorado Avalanche. No score early going in the first period.
Well, there he is, Semyon Varlamov, Mike, and it was funny. Of all the games that he's had with all the shots and all those things, he hurt his groin in the game where he had the fewest shots of any game this season. And, you know, it was a couple of games in New York.
New Jersey, right?
Against the New Jersey Devils. And again, you know, in case you're wondering, Calvin Pickard has been sent back to Lake Erie, and reasoning for Patrick Roy was he wants him to play a lot. So if they have to call him back up, he hasn't been sitting on the bench.
Well, when you look at the schedule, and with Varlamov feeling really well, even though scheduled probably to play tomorrow night as well, not too many back-to-backs. There's some gaps in the schedule as the Avalanche offside again. So it's Varlamov's going to get a lot of playing time, and you want to continue to develop goaltender like Calvin Pickard. He's got to go down and play.
Absolutely, because Pickard did a great job of showing that, you know what, I can play in the National Hockey League. Any of his losses, they were all one-goal losses, aside from the one against Ottawa was an empty net goal. So he had him in every game.
Underway again, first period, Avalanche and Flame. Gaudreau sends it across, juggled and knocked away by Varlamov. Pushed up the near wing, kicked in play, centering pass, shot by Gaudreau, goes wide. They call him Johnny Hockey. He won the Hobey Baker Award. Oh, pinged off the post and the shot for the point. He was the best collegiate player last year in the United States. Carried in by McKinnon. He shoots, and the puck is tipped and has gone out of play. So an early chance for the Calgary Flames hitting the post.
And this is a Calgary Flames club, Mike, that is scoring goals. Last year they struggled to score. They were, I think, 5 games under 500 for the course of the season, but they were 22nd in goals. This year they're 5th, and they are getting just goals from defense, from forwards, from guys they didn't expect. It's been a terrific start to the year.
Duchesne has the puck for the Avalanche. Leaving his way on the far side, poked away by the Flames. Smart down the center by Calgary. Punched ahead. Chase towards the corner. Curtis Glencross. Centering pass. Tipped away by Tanguay, but held in and sent across by T.J. Brodie. Mark Giordano, leading scorer on the team for the Calgary Flames. And this season, Giordano, 26 points. Both clubs have a defenseman leading them in points. Tyson Barrie leads the Avalanche with 19. Giordano leads the Flames with 26. Giordano with the puck. Slides it across for T.J. Brodie. Feeds out towards center. Give it back to Giordano. Long pass. Brought in and down the near side wing. Shot around by Ferland. And nailed back around the boards by the Avalanche. Going to result in an icing call on Colorado. And there is the whistle. No score in our first period.
And here he is. Everybody said, Mike, his entire life, you're too small. You're just too small. You'll never make it. You'll never make it. Last year, he had 80 points in 40 games for Boston University. He won the Hobey Baker Award. Watched him in camp play against the Avalanche. He was terrific with Mike. But when you're 5'9", 150, you better have some lickety-split skill, because that is just not a big guy, and yet he does it every night.
Out to center comes Talbot coming wide. His shot. Back around. Far side handled by Briere. And Sir makes the pass behind the net for Talbot to take. Centering try for Briere. Boy, has he been good lately. Danny Briere. A couple of goals in the last 2 games. 4 goals in his last 6. And he has the puck. Coming in wide. Cuts around. He shoots. And it goes wide of the net. Up around the shelf. Drops down. Push free from McLeod. Sent across the low slot towards the near side corner. Punch free. Briere off the boards. Got it himself. Gonna make a pass to McLeod. Picked off Briere. Had it for a moment. Comes free. Backhand across by Scarboza. Put behind the net for Briere. Center. And it's blocked. Back behind the net. Chopped out in front of the net. So far, Peter, this has been the best shift for the Avalanche, this line. Scarboza, Briere, and McLeod. That was a good shift for this group.
Yeah, that was really a set line for the Avalanche. Briere got caught out for a little bit of a long shift, but very effective.
Around the wall for Tyson Barrie. Shoots it around. Behind the net, McLeod. Shot. Save made. There's a chance side of the net. Nick Holden is playing forward in tonight's game. He is out there with Scarboza and McLeod. Meanwhile, a penalty being called. Whistle has been blown, and our first penalty call of the night, and it goes against Nick Holden.
Number 2, Colorado, 2 minutes interference.
Here's the opportunity for the Avalanche. Good pass. And Nick Holden, and Mike, as you talked about in the pregame show, playing up front and forward for the Avalanche. But a power play that has been fairly effective for the Calgary Flames, but Mike, it hasn't been the big reason that they're where they are.
9th overall in the league on the power play, but just 19th in the league on home ice. Giordano will come back and pick up the puck. The leading power play goal scorer, probably never even heard of him. Josh Jurek has 4 power play goals this season for the Flames. Pass in the slot. Giordano shoots. Tip. And it got blocked. Tip back behind the net. Climbs over the glass and out of play.
Here's a penalty on Holden in front. It's one of those ones, Mike, that's a defenseman's instinct. You wouldn't get
someone in front of the net. Right.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that, and you wouldn't get a penalty if you did it in front of your own net.
You're right. That was the pure defense instincts there, wasn't it?
They just jumped right up. Man standing in front of the net, knock him down. Boom.
O'Reilly, McLeod, Redmond, and Gennon, the penalty killers, but face-off control by Calgary. No score first period. Pass down low, centered across. No connection, back to the point. Giordano whistles one on net, and the save made by Varlamov, and he covers the rebound. Let me take a peek at tonight's winning combo, presented by Blackjack Pizza.
Well, Michael, no question, you got to control the Calgary's defense. This is a club right now. Mike, they have 3 of the top 15 scorers, defensemen in the league, with Wideman being that 15th guy, and finished strong. The Avalanche last 3 losses, they have been even in the game with the last 8 minutes, and they have lost each one of those games with a defensive mistake, just not a good solid play.
Glenn Cross pass towards the point, tipped by Tanguay. Played 5 seasons, not all in a row, but a combination of 5 seasons in a Calgary uniform. Head up the near side for Glenn Cross. Pass into the slot, tipped away by Talbot. Scoops around the boards, and Tanguay shoots it down the ice. There's still 55 seconds left in the Holden penalty.
And Mike, do you know what I realized? For Alex Tanguay, since being traded here, this is his first time back in the building since the trade that brought him to the Avalanche.
Comes into the corner. Around the wall with the puck. Kicked in the blue line area. Back to the point for Brody. Tightrope along the line. Makes the pass. Pass tipped. And the puck floats over the glass off the screen and out of play. 27 seconds left in the Holden penalty, and a scoreless first period in Calgary.
When you know, you're looking for that added element offensively, and look what these 2 guys, Giordano and Brody, have done. Everybody was wondering when Calgary signed Brody to this long-term contract, they gave him too much money. Now they're saying, ooh, we got a bargain going here. You know, and of course Tyson Barrie doing such a great job for the Avalanche.
This Avalanche team ranked 3rd in the league killing penalties, and they have done an outstanding job. Calgary's not had too many opportunities here on their power play. They're down the last 15 seconds with a man advantage. TJ Brody past the red line. Cross ice pass. Pudler shoots the puck around the boards. Winds up the far side. Giordano slipped it free. Bounced back high in the slot and out to center ice. Talbot had the puck. Comes back for it. Gives it to Aheda. Over towards Tanguay, shoots it back into his own zone, but after in the midst of a change. Just 1 shot during that 2-minute power play for Calgary. Another outstanding job on the penalty kill by the Avalanche. McKinnon's pass into Ginla in the skate. Drags it over the line. Broken up by the Flames. Pass comes out to center ice. Shipped down towards the Colorado zone. Back out to center ice by the defenseman Tyson Barrie. Broken up at the line. Wideman shoot it back behind his own net. Coming back to get it. Tristan Russell. Long pass to center ice. Flip back into the Avalanche zone. Cutting across. Barrie will get to it for Colorado. A little room. Makes a pass towards Landeskog. Broken up. Knocked down. Avalanche have got it. Pass in the slot. Tipped away from McGinley. Find it off the boards. Who's behind the net. Makes a pass. Giving it to McKinnon. Check. Bounced up the wall. Barrie pinching in. Keeps it in play. Sends the puck towards the corner for McKinnon. Wideman trying to slow him down. He makes the pass. McGinley centered. Shot by Landeskog. Had it blocked. And it's picked up by the Flames and brought out to center ice. Pass across for Glenn Cross. Trailing Giordano. Gets the drop pass down low. Tipped off a skate. And it goes wide into the corner. Pass in the slot. Giordano shoots. And the save made by Varlamov. Back to the point for Brody. Makes the pass to his partner. Monahan turns and shoots at his own teammate. And the puck comes out towards center ice. Backing up through the middle circle, Giordano. Landeskog forcing him back deeper into the Calgary zone.
And Mike, this is our first look at Calgary and all of the players this year. And I can't tell you how many people have said that Brodie and Giordano are the best defensive pair in the league.
That's quite a statement.
That is an enormous statement.
Especially, I mean, I guess at some point you have to become the best in the league, but it's sort of like, really? All of a sudden, through the back?
They just have meshed inside of this system. And very interesting how Bob Hartley's clubs play.
Calgary. Offside play. We'll be back with no score in our first period. Let's see who is in the groove. Brought to you as always by Groove Subaru.
Well, this is the group of Calgary Flames defensemen, the 7 of them. Look at the goals, Mike. They're first in goals. Now, of the 7 defensemen, 4 of them have not got a goal. So that tells you the other guys are doing a pretty good job.
Yes, it does.
Weidman leads all defensemen with 8. Brodie 6, Giordano 6. So they have 20 goals, but just amongst those 3 guys.
Face off in the Colorado zone. Glenn Cross pushes the puck around the shelf, turned back behind the net. David Jones, former Avalanche, now wearing number 19 for the Calgary Flames. Got the center ice. Tanguay gives it to Barry. His shot gets blocked. Hooks it back around the boards. Waiting is Duchesne. Turns. Brodie took away the puck. Makes the pass up ice. Cross ice. Bounced right in front of the penalty box area. And back towards the Calgary line. But offside Colorado.
Well, Michael, 3 players in the top 15 defensemen scoring. How rare is it? Well, look at the names on that list, Michael. You got Rafalski, Lidstrom, who's going into the Hall of Fame. You got Bork Hall of Fame. You got McGinnis Hall of Fame. You got other great talents around those guys. Like to have 3 guys that are that good, boy. That is depth at that position.
Well, they moved the face-off out to center ice. Dropped the puck and we're underway again. Flames have it. Zipped in, but the puck floated up high, hit the screen. Out of play, and they'll have another face-off in the neutral zone.
And Michael, I was expecting a pace to this game that was going to be going back and forth. There's been so many whistles. The puck's been out of the zone. It's been chipped into the player's box. It hasn't. This game has not established that flow that I thought was going to be there.
Another center ice face-off, 2 in a row. This time the Flames control. Pass out towards center ice. Shot in wide of Varlamov. Stollery. Back to get to the puck. His pass intercepted, knocked down by Scarboza. Flames have got it. Puck settles down, fired across the ice into the neutral zone, and shut around the boards. Varlamov out to handle the puck. Bursted back around the glass, dropped off the shelf, kicked back to the corner. Stollery sends it around the wall. Coming to the near side. Schmid bounced it free. Scarboza makes the pass. Stollery. The puck out to center ice. Coming back to pick it up. Vladislav Schmid stopped behind the Calgary net just for a moment. And that pause now heads out to center. Head-man pass. Sent ahead by Furlan into the Avalanche zone. Ripped around the glass towards the blue line. Kept in by Calgary. Scooped back behind the net for Furlan. Comes out of the corner with the puck. Being chased by Hina. Threw it back into the corner. Rolled back behind the net. To the corner. Vincent up the boards. Wyman pinched in, has the puck. Checked by Vincent. Wyman fights him off. Freed up by Granlund. Threw it behind the net. Eric Johnson challenged by Granlund. Calgary gets the puck back to the point for Wyman. Down the boards. Back towards Wyman. Hit a skate, and Briere dashes out to center. He's got a man with him, but the pass towards Talbot hit a skate of Wyman. And turned back behind the net. Chased into the corner by Russell for Calgary. Taken away by Barry. Curls into the corner. Flips the pass towards Briere. Behind the net. Barry's in front of the net. He's cutting across. To the corner. Handoff goes towards the Landeskog. Slipped away from him. Out to center. Gaudreau makes the pass. Carried in by Juris. Broken up by the Avalanche. Briere spins out to center. and sends a backhander that lands in the Calgary bench out of play. We've got exactly 8 minutes to go in the first period. No score between Colorado and Calgary.
Well, here's what the Avalanche are looking at right now, Michael. They're looking at trying to catch Winnipeg. That's the club that has that last wild card spot. Avalanche go win-win tonight, tomorrow. They're back within 3 points. They go lose-lose, they're 9. So, I mean, talk about a gigantic difference in the situation for the Avalanche. So, and they all know it because you've got other clubs. You've got Nashville, St. Louis, Vancouver, obviously Calgary, but LA, San Jose, Dallas, Arizona, all playing tonight.
Flames with another center ice faceoff. Gaudreau chasing the puck. That long reach of Johnson freed it up. Gaudreau will chase the puck to the near side corner. And his pass tipped out to center by Iginla. Waves across by Russell through the middle. Johnny Hockey moves over the line, makes the pass. Pudler shoots off the side of the net. And it ricochets for Jarome Iginla. Up ice. Landeskog shoots wide of the net. Rama got a stick on it. Smashed into the corner. Avalanche has got it. Iginla turns it around behind the net for Landeskog to take. He gives to McKinnon. Back to Landeskog. Centering pass. Got tipped. And Pudler shoots the puck down the ice. Back into the Colorado zone. Both teams making some changes on the ice. As Tyson Barrie weaving his way out to center ice. Picking up speed as he gets to the red line. Shoots the puck around the boards in the flame zone. Tipped out towards center ice. Avalanche hustle. It's Tanguay. Makes the pass across. Giordano broke it up. Headman pass. Then over the line for Monahan. He shoots to the net. Stick save made by Varlamov. Tanguay dances out the center. Gives to Duchesne. Cuts down the middle to Tanguay. Back towards Duchesne. Tipped in the air. And the Flames push the puck to center ice. Now the pace picking up a little bit. This is kind of what we were expecting, where both teams would go up and down the ice with their speed. There's so many whistles, so much for the puck going out of play. With the team able to get going much in this first period. Now we've got a whistle. Icing called on the Colorado Avalanche.
One of the areas in hockey, Mike, that has just become so fast is the ability for teams to go from defense to offense, that transition game. The best in the game right now is the Chicago Blackhawks by a lot. They go bang, bang, but every club practices all the time. You're trying to get the puck. When you do, you just hit it the other way.
Duchesne against Granlund for the faceoff. Won by the Flames. The point shot to the net. There's a chance. And it's scooped to the corner. Furlan. Varlamov charged at the front of the net. Bounce back behind the cage. Around the near side. Schmid pinches in. The puck got passed into the point. Shot. Got tipped wide of the net. Banged off the boards by Redmond. Out to center ice. Flames get it back. Flames 3 times this season had a 3-game winning streak. That's where they're at right now, currently on a 3-game winning streak. They've not won 4 games in a row this season. Pass comes around the wall. Schmid bumps into Briere. Briere comes away with the puck. Launched out in center. Backing up into his own zone. Flames. Schmid takes the pass. And a tip by Baertschi. Sends the puck deep into the Colorado zone. Turned around the wall. At the half towards Briere. Launches the puck to center. Scoop back into the Calgary zone. Bounce pass ahead. And a tip by Bullock into the Colorado zone. And Varlamov tangled up back behind the net. Used his glove to free it up. Comes back to the point. Gaudreau turns and shoots and will off the skate of Jan Hejda and then out of play. Well, Varlamov back behind the net to handle the puck. And the Avalanche and the Flames scoreless in the first period. Did you know? Brought to you by Stevens Automotive. And here's tonight's question. How many times does the great Jean Beliveau have his name on the Stanley Cup? Is it C1-7, C2-10, or C3-17? We'll have an answer for you in the third period.
Any one of those numbers is ridiculous.
You'd like to have any of those numbers, wouldn't you?
Just the one.
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 Be fine.
Yeah. Look there, misspell my name.
Johnson's pass goes bouncing wide of Ramo. Landeskog hustles, so the icing is waved off. We're down in the heap in the corner. And the puck freed up. chased to the corner by McKinnon. First to the puck. Turned it back behind the net for Landeskog. Got again in front, but he got blocked. Russell up off the boards to center ice. Gaudreau over the line. Hoodler down the slot. Shot! Missed the net. It's back along the near side for Hoodler. High in the slot for Russell for Calgary. Scooped it towards the corner. Juris had it bounce over his stick. Gaudreau trying to center. Had it hit the side of the net. And Juris is down to the ice. Fans thought there was going to be a penalty call. Play continues on. McKinnon bounces the puck out to center ice. Flames have got it.
I'll tell you one thing. Number 13, Johnny Hockey, he sees the ice. Yeah. He really, he made a couple of plays where I go, wow, is that smart hockey?
Icing called on Calgary.
Well, Gabe Landeskog, obviously the captain of this hockey club, Mike. You know, just talking with them. Okay. They know the importance. The players know the importance of these games. You know, Patrick Waugh mentioned it. There are 9 games till Christmas. The Avalanche, you don't want to get ahead of yourself by any means, but like, you may have to win 7. And you know, it's a tall order with the clubs that are in that 9.
Back to the point for Gettin. Sends it across. Shot around the boards. 6-3 shot advantage for the Flames. The Avalanche right now in the Calgary zone. Pass to the point for Barry. He shoots, juggled, and covered by Ramo, the Calgary goaltender.
Well, nobody has believed in this, Kev. I was talking to a bunch of people back east about Gaudreau, Mike, and they were saying that when he came to college, it was like, nah, now he's going to be in college, and they're just going to run at him, and they're going to run him out of the ring. He had 80 points in 40 games last year, and he is, there's not a single smidge of hockey fear in this kid. I mean, he'll go anywhere, and to do it at $1.50, that's pretty amazing.
And of course, then the next step is out. There's no way he can play the NHL.
No, yeah, you should have seen him in camp when they're here. It's a little novelty show. So, you know, if they had a novelty show here, it was pretty darn good in Theo Fleury for a long time.
He's one of those guys who instantly becomes a fan favorite. You can hear just feel the buzz when he touches the puck in this building. You can hear it. We're excited. Pass back behind the net into the corner. Flames have it. Pass up ice, and there he is, number 13. Long pass ahead over the line. Flames down the slot. The chance for Granlund. Shane was on him. Brody dropped it off. Granlund back toward the point for Russell. He winds. He shoots wide of the net. Scooped up by Byron. Centered. Save and a beauty by Varlamov. Robbing Michael Furlan. But we saw that great pass from Gaudreau coming out of the zone that ignited all what we just saw.
And good. This is the best save that either goaltender has made in this game. Nice pass, nice read by the Calgary Flames. They do one thing well as a group, Mike. They drive the net, and they've had a real good success this year. Point men hitting the net and making those opportunities possible. They've already moved up. That's what you're looking for with Semyon Varlamov.
After the face-off, puck worked along the end boards. Barry gets hit. Delivers the puck up the wall. Furlan shot. Tipped. And again, the puck has gone out of play with 2:37 remaining in the first period and no goals in our game.
Well, both of these clubs, I think the Avalanche over the last while have really become disciplined. They're sitting in 19th as far as penalty minutes per game, but only 10.6. And Calgary is 5th at 8.9. So neither club is giving away a lot of power plays to the other team.
Granlund against McKinnon. We've had just one penalty called in this first period. Nick Colden, interference call at 5:07. The Flames managed just one shot on net. Save made by Ramo. He's playing in his 100th National Hockey League game tonight is Ramo.
And for all the, you know, the things that have gone, not maybe the way the Avalanche won, but you look at the last 3 road games. Now, Mike, when you look at that, you go, okay, that's fairly modest when winning 3 games in a row on the road. But there's only been 3 teams that have won 4 games in a row in the league so far this year. So it's a more impressive number than maybe you would think.
Well, also, Peter, if you look at what had happened before that for the Avalanche on the road, they did not have a good start to this season in terms of winning games on the road. So wonderful to see that turning around for the Avalanche, having won 3 in a row.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. They were 1-5-3 in their first 9, and that was that game in Boston where Daniel Briere, Mr. Clutch for the Avalanche, scored in 1959. So, you know, to come back now, especially like when you and I were there, that 6-0 game against the Islanders, you weren't betting on a 3-game winning streak on the road after that, but they really come together.
Slapped around, Varlamov fighting for the puck behind the net, was kind of bouncing on him. He's had a couple of plays behind the net, handling the puck. In fact, his stick still behind the net up against the boards. That pass, that's going to allow McKinnon to hand the stick to Varlamov. Meanwhile, back into the Calgary zone from the Avalanche. Puck taken away by the Flames and lifted out to center ice. Race into the Colorado corner for the puck. McKinnon gets there first, drops it off. Chopped back towards the point. Brody pulls it in for Calgary. His pass got tipped by O'Reilly. Comes out to center ice. O'Reilly has the puck. Shoots it ahead and chases. Brody, though, back for the puck. Stops, reverses. Makes a pass for Monahan. Bounce pass out towards center ice. Through the middle for Bollig. He'll dump the puck towards the corner. He's down by Monahan. Another one of the good young players that Calgary has drafted at center ice. This is a team that's been put together with 8 free agents, 9 of the players through trades. They've also made some good draft choices. The puck has gone out of play, and we'll take a whistle. Luxury has an address. Cooney Lexus invites you to see the full line of Lexus all-weather drive sedans and luxury utility vehicles for 2014. They're available at Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village and Colorado Springs.
Just looking at that cage on Alex Tanguay's face, Mike, and he was saying that still a little uncomfortable. You know, he has lost a little bit of the feeling in the lower part of his jaw, the right side, and you know, and not quite feeling 100%.
But he's on a 3-game point streak and playing well. Alex Tanguay, Peter, he's the kind of guy. He'd get a hat trick and go, I was okay.
I was okay.
It was all right. Didn't feel quite right.
It wasn't quite. Just a marvelous person. Marvelous.
Really. Chance for the Flames, and that puck is tipped out of play by Vincier.
There is Josh Joris, Mike. What a story. Great story about him. Did you read about what Bob Hartley said this morning? He came to camp, and he's a 24-year-old undrafted guy from Union College. They were going to give him a game. They penciled him in for 1 exhibition game. And Bob Hartley said, you know how much you have to do inside of 1 exhibition game to impress the coaches enough to play you the next game? It's unbelievable, because they've already basically made up their mind you're not going to be good enough.
They've already pretty much, you know, here's the rosters for each of the preseason games. They want to take a look at everybody. McKinnon cutting across. What, Peter? He ended up playing 5 preseason games.
Went down and has been called back as 8 goals in 19 games, including a hat trick. And Mike, when you talk about why are clubs successful from one year to the next, you get a little surprise like that in your Christmas stocking. And, you know, but the great thing, I love this one. He's, you know, he hasn't been told to get a place. And that's always the big thing for a player. You know, the coach or the general manager call you and say, get your place. Well, he's still hanging around there. But you look at the rookie scoring with 12 points. You know, they got Johnny Hockey, who wasn't supposed to be big enough. There's 2 parts to the puzzle that maybe they didn't even think were going to be parts of the puzzle when the season started.
Avalanche get the puck after the faceoff. Gannon turns and shoots. Deflected away. Further out to center ice. Backhands it down the wall. Barry retrieves the puck. Flames changing up. And Tyson Barry carries to center ice. Shoots it in. Wide of Ramo. Steers the puck to the corner. TJ Brody makes the pass and gets tipped out to center. Avalanche get it back. Barry shooting it into the Calgary end. Giordano back to play the puck for the Flames. And we come to the end of the period. Well, it wasn't quite the period I thought we would see, was it, Peter?
It wasn't even close. If the shots were 3 times as much as they are, that would have been the kind of period I expected. But you know what? I think there's a real respect for these 2 clubs. They know you got to control the other team's speed. And I think both clubs did that in the first period.
7 shots for Calgary, 5 for the Avalanche. But no goals during the first 20 minutes of play in Calgary. So it's 0-0 after 1. Stay tuned after the break. Next up is the Toyota Intermission Report. No score between the Avalanche and the Flames after 1 period of play here in Calgary. Every month, the National Hockey League announces their 3 stars of the month. And we look back at November. Who are those 3 stars from the National Hockey League?
Well, it's one of the reasons why the Calgary Flames have been such a great story this year. Mark Giordano, the #1 star. Mike, what's interesting when you look at it, that's in the whole National Hockey League. Very, very seldom do you get 3 club teams from the Western being represented by the 3 stars of the month in the National Hockey League. But Tarasenko, we had a look at him earlier this year in St. Louis. Man, what a hockey player! What a hockey player! And you know, you and I were talking about the idea that for Nashville, it's a great story, great turnaround. They missed the playoffs last year, but they got Pekka Rinne back, and he is an absolutely magnificent goaltender. And now they're flying. They've changed coaching and all of that stuff. But Giordano, Mike, this is a club that no one expected, Calgary Flames. I went back and looked at some of the predictions and the books that you get before the season started. They were 13-14 in every single poll. Clubs were saying that they're going to be in the McDavid, sweepstakes as far as the really good young player Connor McDavid, who's going to be available in the draft come next June. So, Mike, this has been and we're a long way from over, but it's been a great story here in Calgary.
It sure has. And we go to our second period. Peter, there were 28 face-offs during that first period. There was no chance for either team to use their tremendous offensive skill and get their flow going.
Yeah, there was none, but I'm sure the coaches talked about that. And they're, going to see a different period, I would imagine, from these 2 hockey clubs, because both teams can skate.
7 shots for the Flames, 5 for the Avalanche during the first period of play. There's 1 power play opportunity belonged to the Calgary Flames. Avalanche have the puck. McKinnon moving in. Poke check by Russell, but got to the puck. Pass behind the net for Landeskog. Able to manage the puck over towards Iginla. Back around the wall. Pinching into Johnson. Turned it behind him, but the puck will come out through center back into the Avalanche end. Scooped up by Nathan McKinnon. Bounce pass deep into the zone, and Colorado called for icing.
Well, for Nathan McKinnon, Mike, after he was the youngest player to ever win the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year. And, Mike, he's got points. He's got 18 points this season for the Avalanche, 5 goals, 13 assists. But I don't really think he's hit his stride yet. We're about a third of the way through the season, and there's still another gear for him to get into.
Flames have the puck. Lindros cuts in. He shoots. The save made by Varlamov, and he pulled the rebound back to his glove to cover and get a face-off.
Well, for Semyon Varlamov, Mikey, a couple times the puck bounced off away from him in that first period, but you're gone for 20 games. This game is so fast, and you can practice all you want, and it just doesn't matter. Until the pace of the game is put in front of you, you're going to have to work through it.
Was it almost a better thing or not that we didn't have the kind of period where there was 12 shots and a lot of scoring chances for Varlamov? Yeah, I think off some of the rust.
No, I think this is good because you're sweating, you're into it now, and now you start to flow.
McKinnon for Colorado with the puck, pass in front for Barry. Moves it up off the wall. Giordano turns and shoots. That glanced off his teammate David Jones, the former Avalanche player. Pass in front. Wide of Glenncross. Back to the point for Giordano. Down the wall. Pass in the slot for Glenncross. Broke it up by Vincent. Kicked in by the Flames. Right inside the blue line. Pass for the trailer. Brody behind the end. Giordano. Save made by Varlamov. Kick free. And off the side of the net by Monahan. It's going to be a penalty. It'll be on the Avalanche. It appears.
Yeah.
The Avs just couldn't get out of their zone there, and when that happened,
Number 5, Colorado.
Chances, perhaps penalties, and this time it is Nate Ginnon for holding.
Coaches will tell you they will preach and preach about 2 areas on the ice: inside of your own zone at the blue line, inside of the other team's blue line. Get the puck out, get the puck in. That's where turnovers happen, and that's where penalties result from those turnovers.
Flames had a power play earlier in this game and only managed 1 shot on net during that power play opportunity. Never really a threat The Avalanche go with Talbot, O'Reilly, Johnson, and Hayda as the 4 penalty killers. Avs came into the game ranked 3rd in the league killing penalties. Gaudreau, pass in front, tip, score! Johnny Hockey makes the play to set up the goal, and Calgary gets a power play goal. They take a 1-0 lead. Took just 22 seconds to happen. Peter, there's a reason they call him Johnny Hockey.
I mean, what a brilliant play. Mike, here he comes. He's coming through speed. Watch him dart through the 2 Avalanche players. He just skipped through, and then a perfect pass across. And what's happening now, Mike, with a guy like that, Johnny Hockey, you start anticipating great passes.
Wow, what a play though by Wideman. That was in midair.
Exactly, but driving to the net.
Yep.
When you start playing with talent, you start expecting those passes to come. You're not waiting anymore. You can see the Flames aren't waiting for something to happen when he gets the puck.
They've seen it enough in games and practices.
And in practice that they know that, hey, you get open, that kid will get it to me.
Let's look at Peter at our Connect for Health scoring summary. Dennis Wideman, that's 9 goals for the defenseman. Johnny Gaudreau and Chris Russell getting the assist for Russell. That's his 11th assist of the season. And for Gaudreau, boy, he just looks terrific. 16 assists now, 20 points for Gaudreau.
And he throws it across, and Wideman, as you said, Mike, that is just a great play by Wideman to pick that out of midair. But again, driving to the net, doing all of the right things, got a little lucky. But, you know, that's that old story. I'd rather be lucky than good a lot of times.
Well, chance here for the Avalanche. A penalty's been called on the Calgary Flames. Furlan sits in the penalty box, and the Avs get their first crack at going on the power play. And if there's an area this year, at least statistically, Peter, that the Flames have not been good, it has been penalty killing, and especially at home. They are 29th in the league killing penalties, but they have the puck coming in. Pass across, bounced off the side of the net, centered out in front, back up the wall, and the Avalanche come out into center ice. Barry had the puck roll away from him, back into the Calgary zone. It's shot back by Calgary. The Avs score on the power play. Lucky winner will get Avalanche tickets to an upcoming game, courtesy of American Lifestyle Furniture. A chance to win. Register at AWOnline.com/altitude. 1-0 for the Flames. They scored on the power play goal. Now it's the Avs' turn to work with a man advantage. Pass comes up ice for Duchesne. Gets down the middle, cuts to the board, and off goes to O'Reilly. Pass tipped, and a save by Rommel. Got his blocker up in the air, making the save. Barry, pass to Duchesne. Far side, shot to traffic, tipped, and in! And the game is tied. Each team getting a power play goal. It's a 1-1 hockey game.
Now, did Daniel Briere get a piece of this? The shot from the point is taken by Tanguay. Nice pass by Duchesne across through the passing lane. Here's a pass right there. Perfect pass. Puck comes through. I think he did, Mike. Are they going to look at it? Watch and see now. Watch. I saw the hands in the air, Briere. No, he didn't touch it. I mean, probably didn't touch it once it went up in the air. I think he missed it, Mike, as he went up to try to.
That'll be the question.
Yeah.
With the puck up above the crossbar, did Briere make contact with the puck while it was above the crossbar? If he misses it, it should be an Avalanche goal.
Here's Tanguay. Shot comes through. It certainly hits something. It's either.
You know what? It looks like he missed it because the puck is turning and it doesn't look like it changes direction.
Let's watch this one.
Right?
See that?
Did he hit it with his arm?
With his hand.
Okay. I was looking at the stick, Peter, to see if he was coming forward. The question will be, did he make contact with that hand and punch it in?
The one from above, you know, you lose some perspective of where the puck actually is. And did this mitt come up there and just if it touches it at all, it's not going to count.
Watch his left hand, right? Watch the glove.
His top hand right there with his stick. Puck comes up.
This is the look right here.
This is the one where you kind of go, did he get just a piece of it?
Yeah.
You know,
Boy, that's a because Ramo's
Toronto's
glove
listening.
comes up and almost screams the ability to be able to see if he touched it or not. And this is not a quick decision from Toronto, is it?
Absolutely not. Here's one more look. Left hand, top hand on his stick, comes up. Now you can't review goaltender interference, so they can't say.
This comes down to whether or not he touched it.
Yeah, and whether
when it was above the
Toronto wants my opinion. He didn't touch it. Yeah, it's. The Briere had sort of a little look on his face, like, you know,
who might get away with this one?
The cat and the canary sort of thing.
Yep. Well, this is taking a little while. It was just tough to see because of this. Yeah. Because of Ramos' glove, that big goaltender's glove came up at the same time. And is it clear? So you can see him gesturing with the glove. And we're still waiting to see what the decision is. Will this tie the game, or will Calgary still lead it 1-0?
And Mike, you know, this is our longest one of the year, isn't it?
I think so, Peter.
Yeah. And so they're debating. There's no question. In Toronto, they're debating. Because the guy in the penalty box hasn't come out of the penalty box yet. If that's a goal, he's out of there. Here it comes. He reaches up and you know, and from that angle, it looks like something pushed it forward.
But his hand is moving in that direction.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not he actually made contact with it or not. Well, we're still waiting to hear from the referees.
Oh, you know what, Mike? I don't think he told the guy to leave the box. Or did he? That'll be
Ferland is still sitting in the box.
If he points to Ferland and says get out of the box, that means it's a goal.
But there is a conversation going on. You can see the referee talking and finding out what the decision will be. Boy, I agree with you. This has taken the longest that we've had this season involving an Avalanche game. Everybody, there's Bob Hartley. He's waiting to see if there's the tie game. And here comes the closing the door.
It's no goal.
Upon further review, the Colorado player powered the puck in with the glove, no goal.
Once they close the door on Ferland, Mike.
Yeah,
deal is
that's your clue right there. It wasn't going to count. Long review, and let's look at it again, Peter. Here's the replay.
See, but from that angle, it absolutely looks like he does. But where is the puck? Does he miss it by going underneath? You know, it just doesn't get any closer. It just absolutely doesn't get any closer.
So it remains 1-0 in favor of Calgary. That goal by Briere disallowed after a review. Puck at center ice. Brody with the puck for Calgary. Sends the pass across. Chased back behind the net by Bowen. Works the puck around. Sent back into the Calgary zone. Ginla forechecking. Giordano couldn't get it away. And out of the zone, kept in by Navs. Pass in the slot for Ginla. Tees it up. He shoots. And I think it went off of Landeskog and goes wide of the net. McKinnon feeds back to the point for Johnson. Moving along the blue line. Back to McKinnon. Below the circle, Landeskog passed across. Johnson turns and shoots. Had it blocked. McKinnon turns and shoots. Stopped by Ramos. Scrambled for the puck behind the net. It's loose. Giordano threw it off the boards and got the puck out of the zone. And Ferland standing up. He's out the door. And the power play done for the Avalanche. But Colorado with the puck in the zone. Shot across to the corner. And bounced out through center ice. And it'll float wide of Varlamov. The wind been off the ice as the play continues. Barron spins out of the corner. With some pressure. Works his way up the board. Threw it back to the corner for defensive partner Nate Gennon. 1-0 lead for the Flames. A power play goal for Dennis Weidman. Right now, that's the difference in this one. Jones slides the puck over the line. Avalanche streak through center ice. It's Duchesne carrying the puck in. He turns, he shoots, saved by Ramo. And the rebound comes to Glenn Cross. To the red line, into the Colorado zone. Cuts in, waits for some help. Trying to make a pass, but all over him was Jan Hayda. Shot down by Weidman. Behind the net, cut off by Barry. Slaps the puck around for Tanguay to take. The Avalanche forward will carry the puck in. Dropped it for O'Reilly. He shoots, saved by Ramo. Rebound for Hayden. Float up, and the Flames have the puck. Pass up the middle. Juris, hand off to Wideman. Takes it out to center ice. Juris snakes his way over the line. Makes the pass cross ice into the corner. Johnson strips away the puck for the Avalanche. Cut up out towards center. Bounced out to center ice. Insure makes it over the line for Talbot. He shoots wide, but gloved by the goaltender Ramo. Will hold the puck for a face-off in the Calgary zone. Tempers flaring a little bit, but things are calming down. The Flames with a power play goal lead in Calgary 1-0.
Well, Mike, 1-0 for the Calgary Flames, as you mentioned, on that power play goal. But look at defensemen scoring this season. Dennis Wideman, who, Mike, when he's put into this situation, you got Giordano and Brody. They're that number one pair. They're going to eat up a lot of ice time. Now, Wideman plays a lot, no question. But you can forget about it. You can sometimes lose sight of just, you know, how good an offensive defenseman he is. He has the best shot of those guys, but he's on that second pair.
McLeod pushing the puck along the end boards. Reversing back behind the net. Handoff goes Scarboza. Up the wall, kicked out to center ice. Streaking it across Redmond. Will take the puck. Goes out to center ice. He's surrounded by 3 Flame players. Shoots it deep into the zone. Rama sends it around the glass, and it ends up going into the seats and out of play.
Now for the Calgary Flames, Mike, we saw a great example of it right there. Mike, they play a really hard 1-2-2, where that first man goes in hard. The other 2 players will sit back a little bit. And you and I both mentioned it after the first period. What they do really well, they're clean in their own end. I mean, number one, they got some really good defensemen. And that first pass by those guys is always seemingly on the tape. But they spend a limited amount of time in their own zone.
They're not handing it over very much in their own end, are they? Getting themselves into a little trouble.
Yep. And a lot of that is, too, Bob Hartley's teams work hard, and they get into position to get the pass.
Pass across for Hoodler. Cross ice, Iginla got in the way of the pass and tipped the puck out of play.
It must be interesting, Mike, to be, you know, so popular. You know, I mean, the word icon, I mean, whatever word you want to use, Jerome Iginla. We've been coming here forever when he has been that guy in Calgary. And then all of a sudden you're coming back. You're in a different locker room, that old familiar place you used to walk into for almost 16 years. It's down the hall. It's got to be something.
And it's not just, Peter, I mean, obviously, all-time franchise leader, games played, goals, points, but just loved in this town. Just loved for things off the ice as well, is what he did on it.
And let's not ever forget the fact that he was Joe Sakic's sidekick in 2002 when they won the gold medal. I mean, he was with Sakic. Sakic was the best player, and again, a real close second.
Juris, drop pass, gets it back. Swing out in front, chipped away by O'Reilly. Sheeta swings the puck free for Johnson up ice for O'Reilly. He leads Landeskog. Dumps the puck into the corner in the Calgary zone. Down by Brody. Got away from O'Reilly, carrying up ice. Pass gets through, pushed down the near side for Ferland, broken up by Barry, and he sends that out of play. Did it hit anything on the way out?
No.
If it didn't, that is a penalty. And it looks like Tyson Barrie on his way to the penalty box for a delay of game penalties. He sent that puck over the glass with that backhander.
Mike, it was just sort of fluttering as it comes through. Barrie comes across. He's just trying to, Mike, he's trying to chip it off the glass and out of the zone. And when it just started to sort of move on him, he got underneath it a little bit and just goes up over the glass.
Third power play chance of the game for Calgary. They're 1 for 2 tonight. They're 1 goal. That's the only one in this game. Between the teams, 1-0 for Calgary. Gaudreau, pass, downstream, behind the net, off the back of the netting, out in front. Avalanche have got it, and chipped away by Talbot. Ramo set it for Brody to take. 1:40 remaining, and the delay of game penalty called on Tyson Barrie at 7:50. Dropped at the center circle by Flames for Gaudreau. Chipped across. Giordano able to push the puck into the corner. Scooped around for Gaudreau. He lost the puck. Johnson sends it around the boards hard enough, and it comes off the stick of Brody into center ice. Back to retrieve the puck. Monahan sends it across for Hoodler for the trailer. Giordano over the line. Gaudreau. He set up the only goal of this game with a great pass for Weidman to score on the power play. Gaudreau pass cross ice. Giordano waits. Pass back towards the far point for Brody. Cross ice pass gets tipped. Back behind the net. Sent around by Monahan. Talbot first to the puck. Swings it around. Didn't get it out of the zone. Circles back behind the net. Hayden looks for a seam and clears.
But Mike, how much confidence does Bob Hartley have in Gaudreau? He's that last guy back. He's the guy that brings the puck in zone. And you know Bob. Bob likes to have people that he's confident in. If he gives him a responsibility, he wants to trust him.
Offside, called on Calgary. Again, the Avs penalty killing looking good here. Please join us again tomorrow night when the Avalanche are in Winnipeg to play the Jets, a team they're trying to catch in the Central Division. We'll have complete coverage starting at 5:30 tomorrow. Avalanche and Jets only on altitude. Weidman with the puck. Down the last half minute of this power play. Cross ice pass. Avs doing a nice job standing up at the blue line. Flames bring the puck through center to Russell. Just 10 seconds left to go in the Barrie penalty. Puck knocked down and cleared out by the Avalanche. Another good job of penalty killing. That'll do it. It was just that one play that Gaudreau made in that second power play opportunity for Calgary. But now that's the difference. Glencross pass in the slot. Bounce free. Scooped up. Played back. Weidman shot deflected. Bowman fans on a pass. McGinley waits. Makes a pass up ice for McKinnon to take. Cuts in. Johnson shot saved. Rebound covered by Ramo. And there'll be a face-off in the Calgary zone when we come back. Dennis Weidman with the only goal of the game.
Yeah, for Semi Varlamov, Mike, the last two games he played on the road, he won them both. New York Rangers in a shootout and then against the New Jersey Devils. And then, Mike, unfortunately, the groin's acted up again. Second time it's happened this season. But he's looked better and more comfortable as the game has gone along. He's not faced a whole lot of action, though. But we're clearly halfway through it, and both goaltenders are sitting at right in around for Varlamov 11 for Ramo. Mike, he's at 13 saves so far.
Landeskog has the puck in the corner. Back towards the point for Redmond. Squirts out to center. One thing for Ramo, now he has faced 13 shots in the game, made 13 saves. He is really helped out by the Flames' ability to block shots. They're 8 for 8 in this game, Peter. They're number 1 in the league in the National Hockey League in blocking shots. And the puck finds the screen above the glass in the Calgary zone. The puck has gone out of play.
Well, Michael, as you mentioned, third star in the National Hockey League last week. You walk into that opposing team's building, you shut them out in the 2 games you play, you come home and you win 5-2. Somebody's going to say, hey, that's not too bad. And it's interesting because Jonas Hiller was supposed to be that guy from Anaheim. They signed as a free agent. It was supposed to be number 1. I'll tell you, Manos at 7-2-1 is really making a push.
During that stretch now, that it's won 5 in a row. You alluded to those shutouts. Full of 142 minutes and 59 seconds of no goals again. Briere walked out in front. Save made by Ramo. Briere again with the puck. Centered out in front. Cut off, though, by Granlund of the Flames. Sending the puck to center. Broken up by Granlund at the red line. Shoots the puck in off the line. Angles across. Hayden for Colorado. Long pass. Tipped by Briere. And into the Calgary zone. Ramos puts it around the boards. Cut off by McLeod, but goes off the skate. Out to center ice from the Flames. Brought in by Boma. Pass. Deflected. Kept into play by Calgary. Behind the net. Again, it's got his man tied up. And the puck finally squirts free. Avalanche are on it. Have defenseman Barron around the board. Chopped that. And the puck chipped by Bolig floats out of play.
Well, you know what? Daniel Briere, who we thought may have tied this game at 1, but you know, look at the concentration down there low when you know you're going to get hit. You know somebody's going to, and that's been the hallmark of his career. Being in those places where it's tough to score. We talked a lot about, you know, the number of goals and points he's had in the playoffs when things really get nasty.
Brody's shot went through a screen, but wide of the net. Avalanche out shooting the Flames in this period, 10-4. Tanguay protecting the puck, rolls in, shoots down the boards, comes behind the net. Duchesne's got it centered in front for O'Reilly. He gives to Tanguay behind the net for Duchesne. Duchesne works his way to the half point. His pass behind the net for O'Reilly, cut off by Monahan. Tanguay reaching in for the puck, bounced up in the air, and Giordano put his glove right into the face of Tanguay. Backhand pass, tipped by Duchesne out to center ice, pushed ahead into the Colorado zone. To get it, he'll drop it for Barry to take. Shaken banks his way into the center and shoots the puck deep into the zone. And we got an icing call on Colorado. With 7:10 left in the second period, Flames leading this one 1-0.
Well, that was a tight call by the linesman right there. Usually they'll give you follow through at center ice. There's sort of like that thing in baseball,
play, right?
Neighborhood play, yeah. But now you get a group of tired guys out there. Be an important draw here
against a dangerous line for Calgary. Juris, Gaudreau, and Hoodler. Gaudreau with the puck, curling along the boards. Duchesne puts a little pressure on him. The pass comes behind the net for Juris. Eats towards the near side boards. Swung it back behind the net. Hoodler threw it out in front. Banks wide. Juris to the point. Shot by Wideman. Blocked. Juris up the boards. Wideman turns. Pass. Deflected. The Avalanche. O'Reilly ahead for Duchesne. 2-on-1 for the Avalanche. Barry trailing. Pass. Duchesne. Score! Beautiful looking play for the Avalanche. Wow! The Flames put the pressure on, but then the Avalanche with their speed, O'Reilly and Duchesne combine on a 2-on-1 to tie the game.
Just a perfectly executed 2-on-1. And but again, when you're watching this play, this is the end of a long shift. Watch Duchesne, Mike, when he gets the puck. See that little, he didn't just snap it right off. He gets it, pulls, he gets the goaltender to come in to go down, and then fires it up and over. I mean, it was a split second that he had the puck, but he held it enough, he waited, and then just top shelf. That's a huge goal for the Avalanche.
Sure is. 6:37 to go in the second, game tied at 1.
And in a period now with the Avalanche, right, shots on goal indicate they're starting to take over this game a little bit.
Avalanche had possession in center ice. Heda through the middle with a pass broken up. Back to the Calgary zone. Duchesne with his 9th goal of the season from O'Reilly at 13-23, and the Avalanche have tied this one up at 1.
Let's go have another look at the goal as Duchesne and O'Reilly had such great chemistry last year. Look at that, Mike. Those are the plays that are so fascinating to me. O'Reilly never looked at the puck. Players' puck skills nowadays are extraordinary. He's coming over. Once he hits the blue line, he never once looked back down at the puck. He was waiting for that right moment to make that pass. Now, it was a left-handed shot, so he turned and put it on his forehand and then waited and just, you saw the play, didn't have to look down then because the play would have been gone. Had he had to look down, the play was gone.
Banks out of play into the bench area. 6:05 remaining in the period. 1-1 game.
Look at Matt Duchesne, whose goals this year have come mainly on the road. He got 9 goals now, leads the Avalanche in goals. But 3 at home, 6 on the road, and then the points sort of flip-flop a little more at home as far as assists. But, you know, he is right on the verge. We've talked about it a lot.
Save made by Ramo. Pass in front. Scooped up by Briere. Back to the point. Stollery. Redmond shot. And Ramos saw it through a crowd and holds the puck for a faceoff. The Avalanche are having a very good period. Now out shooting the Flames 17-11. And they get a goal from Duchesne to tie it up at 1. All right, let's look at our Lexus on the ice from tonight.
Well, number 9, Matt Duchesne. It's just always, I have to say it because it's just amazing that, of course, Ian O'Reilly came in same year, 1 and 2 draft picks for the Colorado Avalanche, the same draft, in their 6th season now with the Avalanche. And like he is just so close to getting there to be one of those premier players in this league.
That goal came at 13-23, and right now, Avs are out shooting Calgary 13-4 in this period. Tied it up at 1. This is a team that claims that you do not want to go to the third period trailing. Flames are perfect. They're 8-0 this season when they had the lead going into the third period, but the Avalanche coming on strong.
They're coming on strong, and they're doing a great job. But first game of the back-to-backs, Mike, the Avalanche are 2-0-1. The second game, like most clubs around the league, it's been tough. I mean, you really have to play a good game that second game. You can't make any mistakes.
Redmond shoots in front of the net. Pass, score! And the Avalanche lead it 2-1. Zach Redmond threw the puck out in front, and it deflects and goes past the goaltender Kari Ramo to give the Avalanche the lead. It's 2-1 Colorado.
We got to see who scored that goal. Was that because Nick Holden was right in the mix, right in front. Now watch the Avalanche. All the forwards go right to the front of that puck, thrown across. I mean, Cody McLeod was there. Here, get a good look right here. It may have bounced off the Calgary flank. Players. McLeod, Holden's foot on the far side, I think, Mike. Oh, they're going to have it. Oh, no.
Another review.
They're going to review whether
he kick it in or not.
Kick it in or not.
I don't think. I think this will be a good goal, Peter. This should count. The rules have changed this year. Yeah, that's a good goal. How about that? That's a nice story for Nick Holden. Here's a guy on defense for all this year, having to play forward in this game, and then he puts the Avs ahead 2-1. The goal, no matter how they go in, they still count, and that's a goal for Nick Holden, his 2nd of the season.
Oh, absolutely. It feels good for Nick Holden. Of course, he had 10 goals last year for the Avalanche. They haven't come quite as easily this year, but you're put up front, and again, Zach Redmond, and just a nice play off the wall, gets it out front.
Scoring certainly from the second goal of the night for the Avs. Redmond and Scarboza with the assist.
His first NHL point.
This time it should stick.
Exactly.
Last game looked like he was getting credit for one, but later it was changed and taken away.
Who was the player? Was it Brad Malone that had about 5 plays where he was, they announced it and then they would take it back or change it?
Yes. Tanguay with the puck. Hand off to Duchesne. Comes free for Goodrow. Out to center ice. Jones shoots the puck in around the boards. Goodrow. And it chipped away from him out to center ice. 4:40 left to go in the second period. 2-1 lead for the Avalanche. Wideman. Hand off for Russell. Bounce pass up off the boards. Goodrow lost the puck. Carried in by Johnson. He shoots and off of Ramo and out of play.
There he is, Michael Scarboza, making his second call-up, or second game since being called up for the Avalanche. And it's one of those things, Mike, you try not to smile too big. You know, you want to act like you've been there before, but in actual fact, you never have. You've never been on the receiving end of an assist in an NHL game.
You're in the record books forever.
Yeah. And the Avalanche not taking all the speed out of this game for Calgary. I mean, they're getting nothing going.
They'll redo the faceoff. 4:25 to go in the second. A couple of goals for the Avalanche in the second period. They are really out shooting the Flames. Right now it's 20-11 total here in the second period. What a difference for the Avalanche. Poke check by Redmond. McKinnon sends it down the slot for Landeskog. Centering pass behind the net. McKinnon picks up the puck for Colorado. Goes it back around the boards. Puck circles up. Stollery pinching in from the point. And the puck tipped and goes out of play with 3:59 remaining in the period.
For the Avalanche, Mike, where they've really cost themselves in their last 3 losses is by not really being solid in the last part of the game. Now, this is not the last part of the game. This is the last 4 minutes of the second period. But you want to be sharp. You do not make Calgary earn a goal if they're going to score. Do not have a defensive breakdown. I mean, you take this lead into the third period.
Yeah, Peter, they're doing it. The Flames have not had a shot on net since they scored their goal. It's been 15 consecutive shots for Colorado. I mean, that is, you talk about turning a game around in your favor. 15 consecutive shots.
Yeah, I mean, and as you can tell by who's been scoring the goals and who's been on the ice for the Avalanche, it's been all 4 lines. It's been everybody for the Avalanche. They have just started to roll and roll the lines and dominate in this game.
Talbot, McLeod, Briere, along with Redmond and Stollery on defense. And win the faceoff. A lot of time in the Calgary zone in the second period. Results in a 2-1 lead for the Avalanche. Talbot gives to Briere. Turn the puck behind the net. McLeod chasing. Schmid turns it up the boards, but the Avalanche, boy, they are all over the Flames in the Calgary zone. McLeod pass towards Briere in the corner. Check knocked down, but McLeod gets to the loose puck. Challenged by Glencross. Chipped away, but held in at the blue line by Gennon. Pushes back behind the net. McLeod tied up by Schmid. The Avalanche continue to put that pressure on. Jones, quick pass. Monahan pushed the puck in. 3 minutes to go in the second period. And again, the Flames get into the zone, but do not get a shot on net. Barry shoots the puck around the boards. Circles the near side. Duchesne comes down to the half boards for the puck. Brody took it away. Works it behind the net with the pass for Giordano. He'll skate out to center ice. Headman pass. Jurz over the line. Onside shot. Blocker save made by Varlamov. The Avalanche immediately countered. Sent down the ice by Johnson. They call the Avalanche for icing.
Well, Mike, this is one of the calls that, you know, can absolutely look like, okay, why did he blow the whistle? Puck's going to get dumped into the zone right there. It's because the referee felt that the Calgary player would have gotten to that puck. Now, at the end of the play, it looks like maybe Tanguay might have been able to call, but that's where that discretion call comes in for the linesman.
Byron pass. Giordano back to Byron to Giordano. Chopped it wide of the net. Played to the side. Centered in front. It's loose in the crease. Backhanded wide. Verlander. Bounces up towards the blue line. Held in by Brody. Down the slot. Turns and shoots and misses the net. Bouncing puck at the side. Played off the backboards. Verlander threw it back to the far point. Giordano trying to find some room. Turns and shoots. Save made by Varlamov. Played off the back of the net. Back to the circle. Shot. Stopped by Varlamov, and he's got it. Well, for a guy who wasn't busy for quite a bit of time, all of a sudden, there was a lot of pucks and Varlamov. Great saves.
I hope we get it. But did you see Giordano wind up? He had that stick Al McGinnis cocked ready to shoot that puck as it came through. Nice play by Ferland right there.
Yeah, there went out.
He was ready. He was ready to unload. Al McGinnis was the best, Mike, that I've seen at looking prepared to shoot. It would be straight up, and he would just, like, give me.
Russell coming wide. Threw off the side of the net. Glencross with the puck. Chipped away by Gennon. Blocked by Landeskog. McKinnon for the Avalanche. Flipped back into the corner, and the pass intercepted. Landeskog skates to center ice for Colorado. Shoots it around the boards of the Calgary zone. 1:35 left to go in the period. Pass picked off behind the net. Quick outlet pass. Center ice for David Jones. Trying to move down the slot with the puck. Gennon ripped him off the puck. But Glencross steals it back. He shoots. Blocked by Landeskog. And the puck shot by McKinnon back into the Calgary zone.
And Landeskog felt that one. He was turned on his side. I think he may have got him right in the chest.
Cross ice pass. Got away from Boudreau. Back into the Calgary zone. No icing. Russell for the Flames. After the pass for Wideman. He has the only goal tonight for Calgary. Coughed up the puck. The Avalanche get it back. 45 seconds to go in the period. Right off the glass. Back into the Calgary end. Russell put it behind the net. Slapped back by Johnson behind the cage. With 30 seconds to go in the period. Center ice. Juris carrying the puck in. Turns cross ice. Hudler shoots, but Varlamov came out to meet the puck and makes the save.
Nice save by Semyon Varlamov right there. Hudler, Mike, who in the last couple of years has been ever so dangerous against the Avalanche. He led everybody in scoring last year in this 3-game series that they had with Calgary. Former, of course, Detroit Red Wings signed a big contract here with the Flames. He's a good player. 25 points this season.
On the face-off, Avalanche get possession. Johnson off the glass and out. Around by Brody. 10 seconds to go in the period. One more rush for the Flames. Byron shoots wide of the net. And it comes around the boards and out. And the Avalanche are going to go into the locker room after the second period with the lead. Well, a couple of goals for the Avalanche. Duchesne and Holden. And Colorado, Peter, that was a good period for them.
It couldn't figure out how this game was going to go after the first period. Not many shots on goal, but the second, the Avalanche just upped everything. And they were terrific offensively and defensively in that second period.
So after the Flames scored an early power play goal in the second period, Colorado came back with 2 goals of their own, and so they're up by 1 after 2. They're ready. Next on Altitude is the Subaru Intermission Report. Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Groove Subaru on Broadway or online at grooveauto.com. Pepsi, proud to support the Colorado Avalanche. Pepsi, live for now. Connect for Health. You might not think you need health insurance. We all do. Get yours today at connectforhealthcolorado.com. And by the Ford Explorer. It's time you did your exploring. Ford Explorer. Go further. Last 5 wins for the Avalanche have been come from behind wins. Well, now it's hold a lead kind of a win the Avalanche want to see tonight. And Peter, in that second period, Avs outshot the Flames 15-7. They were around the net, buzzing around.
And the thing they did well is they were good all over the ice. They didn't spend much time in their own zone. Here's the call that, boy, we're going to be interesting to talk to Briere after the game because the Avalanche were pretty sure he hadn't touched it. But, you know, the Avalanche just, they were getting the blue line. And they were getting the blue line with numbers, and the defense were jumping up into the play. Briere, who's been terrific, as you mentioned, Mike, earlier, they gained 4 goals in his last 6 games. But Matty Duchesne now with 4 goals, Mike, 1 in each of the last 4 road games for the Avalanche. And here's Holden driving to the net. And it just, you know, Mike, you get a little lucky, but how about Zach Redmond and Matt Duchesne, Mike, you know, both combining on big plays in that second period. And now, as you say, Mike, they're up by 1. They know what they've done the last few games as far as losing by allowing the other team's best player to make a play. So you've got to shut down everybody for these Calgary Flames.
If Colorado scores in the third, you score with Subway. Visit your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for just $3 after 3 o'clock.
Mike, just looking at the stats between periods. How about this little race between Nate Gannon and Zach Redmond? They're both now +4 for the season, tops on the Avalanche. And how about Mike again? Just a little note. But Carl Story, Mike, is in his second game now with the Avalanche. He was +1 in the first game against the Blackhawks, and he's +1 tonight.
Here we go. Third period about to begin. Nathan McKinnon's line against Josh Juris's line.
Interested to know what that conversation was. Referee went over and talked to Waugh and then Hartman, and no idea what it was about. But
referee pushing both the centermen back. They lean in for the draw, and it's a race back into the Calgary zone for possession. Wideman winds it around. Pass up ice. Goodrow over the line, offside Calgary.
Well, Mike, this is our first look in regular season play. I did happen to be up for the exhibition game where he played before the season started, but that doesn't necessarily tell you. Goodrow, Mike, he's just flat fun to watch.
He certainly is.
You know, I mean, he gets it. You mentioned it. There's a buzz in the building. There's always a buzz in the building when guys, you notice them. Some guys can make the same play, but you don't notice them. Other guys, they get it. You can't take your eyes off them.
I think he certainly has that. McKinnon swings it across for Landeskog, met by Weidman. And Weidman comes away with the puck. Quick outlet pass for Goodrow. Dumps the puck in, angling it off the boards. Durst threw it out in front, and Johnson got to the puck just in time for Colorado. Landeskog turns it across for Hayda. Headmans for Iginla. A little chip pass for Duchesne. Throws back up the wall for the trailer. Barry coming wide. He turns, he shoots. Blocked. And the puck in the corner. Flames move out to center. Goodrow's long pass through center ice. Jones shoots it ahead for the defenseman Brody, who jumped on behind the net. Monahan. Avs get it back. Barry lost it. Pass in the slot. Shot. Score by Glenn Cross. A giveaway by the Avalanche results in the Flames tying the game at 2. Just a minute 14 into the third period.
Well, maybe a little change in tactics for Calgary. The defenseman Brody jumps up into the play. He's in behind, and again for the Avalanche, they'll have control of the puck. It comes out. They got control, Mike, right there, and you're stripped of the puck, trying to do too much with the puck down low, and all of a sudden, bang. Right? These are the plays that have been biting the Avalanche. You got the puck, now up the boards. Instead, you're trying to chip it back to Duchesne. Turnover, there's bodies down low. They had that extra player, the defenseman, down low, and all of a sudden it's out to Glenn Cross, and all that hard work in that second period are back to even.
All right, our Subway scoring summary. Curtis Lindcross at 114 with his fifth. David Jones, Sean Monahan with the assists. We got ourselves a new game here in the third period, tied up at 2. And Peter, no surprise to see the Flames score a third period goal. This is a team that came into this game #1 in the National Hockey League, scoring in the third period. Out at center ice, Flames chip the puck ahead, grab, carried in. Hershey trying to cut down the middle, wedged away from the puck by Redmond, but the referee outside the zone making a call, or at least stopping the play.
Well, let's look at third period goals by the National Hockey League by a pretty wide margin. Calgary 38 goals in the third period, which has led to a lot of third period comebacks in big games. And Mike, they pulled it the other night against New Jersey. They pulled the Patrick Waugh. They're down 4-2 late in the game. They pulled their goal late with 4 minutes to go. They scored twice to tie it up and win it in overtime.
Johnson has the puck. It almost is now known as the Waugh move, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you're seeing a lot of teams down 2 pulling the goalies earlier, and a lot of teams just really, Mike, a lot sooner, not just at like that 35-40 seconds, but a minute and a half.
Daniel Briere, Peter, has just gone to the Avalanche locker room. And let's take a look at what caused him to have to leave the ice. That was Boma. It looked like Peter looked innocent enough.
Mike, right there, the right leg. I mean, that was just a collision. It was just a, you have plenty of those every game, but he certainly, the minute he went down, he looked like he was hurting.
Pass up the ice. Hoodler works his way towards the corner. Hoodler trying to come out of the corner, rolls the puck for Goodrow, spins. McKinnon on him, but Goodrow controls the puck, spins again, chipped it off the back of the net. McKinnon stole away the puck for the Avalanche and heads out to center. Great long pass for Iginla, kicked off into the corner. Iginla moves the puck, pushing along the boards for Landeskog. Back to the point for Iginla. Iginla gets the puck, flips it around. Avalanche keeping the puck in the Calgary zone. Behind the net pass for McKinnon. Back to Landeskog at the half, works cross ice. Iginla turns and shoots, had it blocked. And the puck cleared out in center. Once again, we'll say the Flames #1 team in the league at blocking shots. And McDonald rips the puck around the boards.
Briere is back on the bench for the Avalanche, so obviously good news.
Lindros, puck across the rink. Hader hammered it off the boards to center ice for O'Reilly. This game tied up at 2. Giordano moves it around the wall, but Duchesne waiting for it. Puts it back for O'Reilly, who gives puck in front for Tangane and just slipped away from him. He's in a good spot. At the center ice comes Glenn Cross over the line onside to give to Brody. He gets wedged off the puck by Hina, and Duchesne reaches in, has it. Long pass up ice for Tangay. Dropped it behind him for O'Reilly. Out into the Calgary zone. Brody slides the puck across. Giordano up ice. Granlund, Byron, backhanded in for Calgary into the Avalanche end. Behind the net, Stallry shoots it around the wall. Pass comes to Redmond, the half defenseman charging up and offside. And we see Danny Briere back on the ice for the Avalanche, and that's great news.
Yeah, but you look at this injury list for the Colorado Avalanche. The top 3 guys on the list are injured but not on IR. The other 6 are all on injured reserve. Semyon Varlamov came off of injured reserve to rejoin the Avalanche. But Mike, it's just 9 guys, and the Avalanche have no extra players. So if something does happen, they're going to have to make a quick call tomorrow.
Face-off control by Calgary. 15:25 to play, 3rd period. 2-2 game. Flames to the puck. Bounce free up the wall. Scramble for it. Talbot reaching for the puck. Comes free. Flames turning and shooting, and the puck goes high. That was Sven Baertschi with an opportunity. He has the puck again from behind the net. Centered out into the slots. And it's tipped to the right point. Sent across the left point. Schmid winds and shoots. And the save made by Varlamov. Schmid again with a puck. Long behind the net. Bowman tied up. Finds the puck. Baertschi throws it back to the point. Oh, and it got by the point man all the way down the ice. Engelland will come back to get it for Calgary. 14:35 to play in the 3rd period. Long pass to center. Tipped by Hiller deep into the Colorado zone. Scrambles for the puck. Moves it free for Hiller in the slot. Shot! Oh! Did Varlamov come out of the net? He came way out and made the sparkling glove save. Was there anybody in the league like Varlamov that comes out in those situations so quickly and cuts down the angle?
But Mike, watch him at the end. I mean, he reaches and he goes down. And of course, we all know that, you know, it's been the groin injuries this year that sidelined him twice. My heart just went. That's like, because he goes the splits that he does. I mean, he's one of those guys, like, he has to be 100% because of how he plays. He just stretches out completely.
Giordano's shot got tipped wide of the net. I just love when he just comes out and challenges.
Oh, he was
so aggressive. So fun to watch. Briere. Pass to center ice. Bounce back to the line. Slid across by Johnson into the Calgary zone. Avalanche have got the puck. Briere shot. Pad save made by Rama. Giordano going to move the puck up the boards. And it's kept in momentarily by the Avalanche. Punched out to center ice to the middle circle. Hayda slides it across for Johnson to tip. Finds Duchesne over the line for Briere. Cuts in, shoots wide of the net. Talbot had it for a moment. Comes free for the Flames. Giordano leading the rush. Puts the puck into the corner. And wants to get to the bench for James. 2-2 in the 3rd. Redmond moves the puck up the wall. Slapped across the rink. First to it. And defenseman Carl Stallry. And for Sincere. Sneaks into the Calgary zone. Bravo out of the net to handle the puck. Hands it off. Steal made. Avalanche get the turnover. Here's a chance. Blocked. Up the near side wall. Talbot pushed it behind the net. Backhanded around by Schmid. Goudreau turns. Hooks the puck out to center ice. But the Avalanche, Aaron Johnson, has it. Taken back by the Flames. Long pass to center ice for Hoodley. Backhands it in to the Colorado end. Behind the net. Johnson punches it behind the cage for Hina. Checked by Granlund. Moves the pass. Up ice for Landeskog. Freaking up the boards. Look at him. He got rocked. Comes around the wall. Shipped up and out by Calgary. And then Landeskog goes across to Ferland. Gave a little chop. As McKinnon streaks through center ice into the Calgary zone. Drop pass. Landeskog shoots. And it just was deflected by Ramo. Turnover. Iginla down low. Lost the puck. Flames have got it. Going up ice with it. The center. Bowling. Dumps the puck in. Chasing. Gets to it in the corner. Rolls behind the net. Tagged along the inboards by Redmond. Bowling. Fight him off and Redmond. Good work. Headman pass for Iginla. Bounce pass to center ice for McKinnon. Shoots it in towards Rama. Directs the puck to the corner. Brody will take it. 40 to go in the third period. Pass up for Glencross. His goal early in this period. Tied up the game at 2. Duchesne moves it back behind the net for Barry. To Duchesne. Skates out to center ice. Pass for Tanguay. Stops at the line. Recovers the puck. Pass back to his own zone. Barry sends it across the ring. Hammered it around the boards. Race to the corner. Duchesne on the center. But it bounced straight for the Flames. 3-on-2 developing. Long pass ahead for Jones. Trailed by Brody. Cuts in. Circles behind the Avalanche net. B.J. Brody works his way all the way back to the blue line. Handoff. Shot by Russell. Was deflected up high. Barry scoops the puck to center. Brody got it back. Long pass. Glenn draws into the zone. Dropped it off. Russell throws to the boards with a puck. Puts it behind the net. Cut off by Glenn Cross. Trying to center. Cut off the side of the net. Into the near side corner. Grab along the near side wing by Hoodler. And it comes free for the Avalanche to take. Tanguay lifts in the air. Trying to spring Talbot. Broken up by Whiteman. But then O'Reilly punched it free. And it is chipped out of play. Went off the glass, so no penalty on the play. And we'll return to Calgary. We're just about halfway through the third period, and this game is tied at 2. Let's answer tonight's Did You Know question, brought to you by Stevenson Automotive. Back in the first period, we asked you how many times does the great Jean Beliveau have his name on the Stanley Cup? And the answer, 17 times.
Wow. We gave you the number 7, 10, or 17. Well, 7 times as an executive. He had his name on the Stanley Cup 10 times in 18 full years with the Montreal Canadiens. And Mike, you look at everything that up and down that list, it's all the best. But the hat trick one is the funny one. Mike, he had the second fastest hat trick in the history of the sport, 44 seconds. Only Bill Mosaic with 21 faster. They all came on a power play. And after that year, it was voted that the man in the penalty box, after the first goal was scored, comes out of the box. Up until that time, it was a full 2 minutes you sat there no matter what. Well, the Montreal Canadian power play was just eating everybody up. They had the Rocket, they had Boom Boom Jeffrey on, they had Jean Beliveau, Dickie Orr, Bert Olmsted. I mean, they were taking a 2-1 game, making it 4-2 or 4-1, pardon me, with a drop of a hat.
Barboza, Holden, McLeod, shot by Holden, blocked. Comes across. Right now, second goal of the game for the Mavs. Gave them the lead to take in the third period, but then the Flames scored early in the third to tie it at 2. Good hard work by McLeod. Poke checked away. Juris skates to center. Across the rink. Scooped up by Barboza. Waits, pulls up, turns and shoots wide of the net. Holden dropped into the corner, rolled around the boards. Redmond, good work. Boy, this is a good shift for the Avalanche. Redmond again, another chance. Rolled it around the boards, racing out to center ice. Landeskog in a collision. Gets the hit to deliver the puck. And then Bowman took a run at Landeskog. The puck comes into the Calgary zone. Moves it up off the boards, but he threw it right at Landeskog. It bounced free and carried to center ice. Granlund shoots the puck ahead. Merlin after the puck. Centered out in front. Between the circles, snatched away though by Landeskog. Hustles to center ice. Shoots the puck in. He'll get to it first. Moves it around the boards. Waiting is Iginla. Lost it to Wideman. Up ice to center for Calgary. Verlander shoots the puck into the Colorado zone. 9 minutes to go in the third period.
Like after that goal by Calgary, I thought, okay, how are the Avalanche going to respond? They've responded very well. They're still in control of this game.
Pass to center ice. Glenn Cross coming into the zone. Pulls up, waits, cross ice pass here. Giordano with a chance. And Varlamov saw it, makes the save, and does not allow a rebound. And we'll be back. More third period play coming up from Calgary. Tied at 2. A couple of goose eggs on the scoreboard after the first period. We go into the second. And a great looking play. The Calgary Flames a 1-0 lead, but then the Avalanche countered later in the second period on a 2-on-1 finished by Matt Duchene. And then Redmond throws the puck in front, goes off the leg of Holden. Av took the lead in the third period. Short-lived though. On a turnover, Glenn Cross with his 5th of the year, 114, ties the game at 2, and it has been a battle here in this third period, up and down for both teams. Shot by Giordano, and that one glanced off of Varlamov. Up the wall, Jones throws the puck around the wall. Tanguay shoots the puck to center. Giordano backing up, slides it across for Brody to take. Through the middle, Glenn Cross. Couldn't hold on to the puck. Finds it. Avs get it back. Get it to Barron. Ahead for Duchene. O'Reilly turns and shoots. Knocked down. And plays to the corner. Flames have got it. Pass up the wing. Barron to center ice. Granlund pushes the puck ahead. Cutting across to Redmond. Granlund on him. Chopped away by Barry. Up the wing for Duchene. Trying to struggle his way to a check of Byron. Redmond and Byron tangle in the corner. And the puck ripped around by Duchene for Tanguay. Lifts the puck to center. On a bounce. Fielded. Sent across for Chris Russell to take. Flames defenseman reaches the red line. Shoots the puck in. Spun up the boards. Cut off behind the net by Redmond for Colorado. And defenseman looking for a pass. Goes up ice. Talbot carries into the Flame zone. Puts the brakes on. Shoots wide of the net. Shoots to the side. Turned into the corner by Schmid, but it hit the referee. Gives the Avs a chance, but it turned back towards the Flames. Juris, lead pass. Kunle pulls up. His cross-ice pass. Taken. Schmid shoots. Wide of the net on a tip by Gaudreau. Played off the glass and out by Johnson of the Avalanche.
It's tough sledding out, Mike, isn't it? Wow, it is hard to do anything in the offensive zones.
Everybody's defensive line is so fast. McKinnon trying to use some speed to get in. He does. Cuts to the corner with the puck. Gives to Landeskog. Shot tip. Sends the puck wide of the net. Iginla chases down the puck. Schmid hit by Landeskog. Kicked free, but Iginla took it. Dropped in the corner from Landeskog. Gives the puck back to Iginla. Trying to reverse behind the net. Centered. And it stopped to the side of the net by Ramo. Lifted with a backhand at the center ice. Barron got it back for Colorado. Gives to Johnson. Sends it up ice for Landeskog. Backhanded in wide to the goaltender Ramo. Giordano with McKinnon right on him. Pulls a 3 for Wideman to take. Pulls up and waits. Fires a pass to center ice. Through the middle. And it bounces off the glove. Avs get it back. O'Reilly had it. Lost it. Flames carrying in. Down the wing. McKinnon slows up Jones. And the puck bounced free. O'Reilly, quick pass out to center ice for Tanguay. One-on-one. What a move! Here's a chance. He waits. He scores! What a play by Alex Tanguay! What a play! Vintage Alex Tanguay coming back to haunt his old team to make it a 3-2 lead for Colorado.
That's just absolutely fantastic. Pass comes up. Mike, you're playing it off your feet. Here's a 1-on-3, and all of a sudden he just alley-oops, waits. I mean, just like he did in the shootout in New York, just goes wide. It looks like he's gone too far wide. No, he just takes it across. Wait, right here, wait, and then boom. That's the best goal of the year. What just a sensational goal.
So the Avs have the lead. And they lead this now 3-2. Subway scoring summary. Don't forget, visit your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for $3 after 3. Alex Tanguay doing it by himself. The Avalanche are up 3-2 in the third. Pass to Granlund. Over the line. 5:15 left to go. Pass up the wing. Chipped out to center ice. Tanguay from O'Reilly and Barrett. Over the line. Back towards Gaudreau. To the corner. Johnson cut it off. Buckworth free. Hoodler. Gaudreau. Patient. Hoodler. Trying to center. Whacked in front of the net. Played up the slot. Out to center ice. Played back into the Calgary zone by Giordano. Rommel will leave behind the net for Brody to take. Has some room as he gets to center ice. Carrying the puck in. Coming wide. Circles behind the net. Still with it. TJ Brody. Runs a pass. It gets blocked. Hand off to Giordano. Fired it wide of the net. Hata to Landeskog. Goes it down the ice. 4:20 to go in the period. No icing. Pass up ice. For Glenn Cross. Aimed off his stick. Bounced. Back to center ice in front of the Avalanche. Tagged in. Turns it across for Tyson Barrett to two. Up ice for Tanguay. Rolled away. Covered by Bravo for a face-off in the Calgary zone. Alex Tanguay, you'll be seeing this in the highlights on all the sports shows tonight. Alex Tanguay with a brilliant goal, and the Colorado Avalanche now lead this game 3-2. This game being brought to you by the Lodge Casino, your first choice for winning, your first choice for fun.
Let's go back and have, remember, for Alex Tanguay, of course, Mike, Bob Hartley looking for win number 400 tonight. And Bob Hartley was the coach for the Avalanche when Alex Tanguay had that big night in Game 7. So can't get too mad at him for that play.
I'm going to skate by Bob Hartley. He didn't look that happy.
No, surprisingly displeased.
Avalanche win the faceoff. Redmond shoots it around the shelf. Wyman up ice. Slipped away from Jones to center. Johnson for the Avalanche finds Redmond. Shoots the puck in. Wing back behind the net for Russell. Briere hustled. Stole the puck away. He'll chase it to the corner. Campbell bounces off the end boards to give to Talbot. Briere muscled against the wall in the corner by Russell, still with the puck. Nice play by Briere. Back to the point. Johnson shoots it around. Flames get it back. Coming out to center. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the third period. Centering pass in the slot. Shot blocked. And it goes into the corner. Flipped up the wall. Kept in by Wideman. Held in. Will flip past Giordano. Turns and shoots. And a pass. Saving a beauty made by Varlamov. Out to center. Briere shoots the puck in. 2:45 left to go.
That was a great save by Varlamov. That was through a screen.
Brody to center ice. Carrying the puck in. Coming wide. Throws it wide of the net. Up the wall. Giordano from the point. Shoots it across to the top of the circle. Back high in the slot for Brody. They're trying to prevent any kind of lane available for the Flames to take a shot. And off of Landeskog and Brody and into the Avalanche bench out of play. Well, the face-off with 2:16 to go in the third period. Avs lead by a goal.
Well, they're conferring to see where that puck was actually knocked out of the ring from, Mike. They're saying it was outside the blue line, so it comes in just outside the blue line for the face-off.
Bob Hartley finally sending some guys over the boards for the face-off. Goes with Granlund's line. He'll take the draw against Duchesne's line. Avalanche win the face-off, but Flames get the puck back. Brody snaps a pass across for Giordano. Up ice for Granlund. Puck around, stopped behind the net by Varlamov. Able to find Johnson in the corner. Quickly up ice for O'Reilly. The puck into the Calgary zone. 2 minutes left to go. Keep an eye now on Ramos to see when he gets pulled for an extra skater. Over the line comes Brody. Poke check nicely by Johnson. Good play by Erik Johnson. Pushed out to center ice, waiting Giordano. 1:40 remaining. Ramo has gone to the bench. Extra skater out for the Flames. Avs lead by 1. Flames have pulled the goaltender for the extra skater. Shot in. And Hoodler will chase the puck to the corner. Moved it back behind the net for Glenn. Rolled away from him, though. Up the wall, held in at the point by Russell. Past the far point. Wyman shoots and scores. They pull the goaltender. They tie the game at 3. And it's Wyman, unless it was touched on Swain, I don't think it was, will be his second goal of the game. Coming with 1:17 left in the third period.
Well, just good hard work by the Calgary Flames, and Wideman shows you why. Well, there's a bunch of, you know what? Wideman does a real nice job here, like just getting it on net. He didn't go with a big shot, but he waited for bodies to get in front of Semyon Varlamov. They were 3 deep in front of Varlamov when he took that shot, and it just, you know, it's a little bit of a seeing eye situation, but he got it by him with the wrist shot, and they were tied at 3.
After the draw, Flames have the puck. 3-3 hockey game. 70 seconds still left in it, though. And the puck hooked around blocks by Varlamov. No penalty. There'll be a face-off in the Colorado zone with 1:07 left.
Yeah, it's one of those goals like where the Avalanche, okay, they tied it up. You're not happy about the situation, but you got to get that 1 point. You have got to finish off this last minute and 7 seconds, regroup a little bit, and then come out for that overtime and get that extra point.
Wyman, his second goal of the game, 10th of the season for Dennis Wyman from Russell in 1843. Tying the game. Still 1:07 left to go. Face off in the Avs zone. And scramble for the puck. Avalanche have got it. Briere has had a strong game. Shoots it deep into the Calgary zone. And then Talbot finds a Holden. Back behind the net for Talbot. It comes free for Briere. Trying to reverse around. He's upended and scrambled for the puck. It's covered. But this line did their job. They got it down the ice. They had a little chance there, but at least got a face-off in the Calgary zone.
You look at third period comebacks between these two hockey clubs this year. There have been 9 of them. League average right around 2 by this time of the season. But Calgary has now 5 times that they've done that. Of course, for the Avalanche, it's been one way or the other so often this season. And like it looks like we're going to have another 1-goal game for the Colorado Avalanche.
On the draw, nice win by the Avalanche. Shot by Johnson, misses a chance, blocked, another chance. Iginla shoots, hit the check, another chance, missed. Boy, Iginla, 3 chances there. Shot, and that is tipped and out of play with 35 seconds to go. Jarome Iginla, 3 kicks at the can.
And how many times have we seen, if you're a Calgary Flame fan, have you seen this one go in? I mean, where he's just in and around. Brody does a nice job right there. Second one, and there's the third one. I mean, 3 real good looks for the right-handed shooting Iginla.
This time the Flames win the face-off, backhanded around and down the ice. Swept away by Johnson. Boma into the corner with the puck. Boma trying to throw it back to the point for Brody. 20 seconds left to go to the corner for Boma. Trying to get away from Johnson. Gives to Monahan. 12 seconds to go in the third. Shot blocked by Johnson. One more rush for the Avalanche. Broken up at the line by Brody. Moves the puck to Iginla. There's a chance! And a save made by Ramo. The last seconds of the period. Looked like nothing was going to happen. All of a sudden, Ramo had to make a save.
Well, what set this up? Now watch it, maybe on the right side of the screen. Look at Iginla. I mean, he comes right into the crease. He gets a little poke, but Mike, he was skating backwards. And the puck didn't quite come to him at the far blue line. He was in behind the defenseman.
1 second left on the clock. Let's see if they change anything. Nope, they're going to just leave it at 1 second. The Avalanche, Briere will take the face-off, and that's it. We are headed to overtime. Well, we had nothing much to talk about after the first period, but wow, we had some things happen in the next 2 periods between these two teams, including one of the best goals you'll see all season from Alex Tanguay, and then a pulled goalie goal for the Calgary Flames in the final 2 minutes. And that means we are headed to overtime in Calgary with this game tied at 3. Tonight's overtime being brought to you by Groove Subaru on Broadway or online at grooveauto.com. So overtime we go. There were 3 goals in the second period, 3 goals scored in the third.
And Mike, you want to talk about a guy that's his stock is rising for the Avalanche? Zach Redmond. I mean, he was terrific in this game tonight. I mean, he was a big part of the Avalanche making that run in that second period. The defenseman forgot that they switch ends. So they were down at the one end.
And then Varlamov told the linesman, go get my water bottle.
Oh, yeah. He wants
so the linesman skates down. See, there's Varlamov. Here comes the linesman to give the water bottle to Varlamov. So that handoff has been made. And there, see, Varlamov puts it into the water bottle holder that sits behind the net. All right, here we go. Overtime. The Avalanche this season in the overtime portion. Steal made by Byron. He cuts in. He shoots. Oh, he's the pump. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my. He had a wide open net. He hit the post, and then the rebound was there for the Flames. And Juris could not hammer it home. What a start there. Pass out to center ice. Brought through by Brody. Coming down the middle. Dropped it. Byron a minute ago and a chance to win. Seconds into the overtime period and hit the post. Behind the net, Hayda moved the puck around.
Did he explode through that neutral zone? Holy cow.
For the Avs this season, 1-3 in overtime. Flames 2-1 in the overtime portion. McKinnon turned it back for the puck. He's out to center ice. Stepped around one man. Still with the puck. Offside though for Colorado.
Michael, watch this. Watch this. You're not going to believe it. Puck comes around. He explodes. He's gone. Watch the right pad of Varlamov. He got the pad on it.
So he didn't hit the post?
No. Farley got a pad on it.
I thought for sure he had to have hit the post. Wow, what a save that was.
Sick. My goodness, have we seen a couple of big plays now? Tanguay, now that save.
Back behind the net. Gannon. Pass for Barry. Rink line for O'Reilly. Followed up by Gannon. Skeets over the line. Shoots it off the board. Charging after Rutcher, though. Broke it up. And the Flames will try to get up the ice. Monahan to the red line. Into the Colorado zone. Gannon watching him. Saucer pass back high in the slot for Giordano. Down the slot. Shot. Nice set. Rebounded free. And scored by the Flames. And Calgary comes back to win the game. 4-3. It looked like Varlamov had it, Peter. It looked like he had it covered. And somehow the Flames were able to knock it in to win the game.
They stormed the net. There's no question about it. They had bodies down low. And Mike, it just popped out. Well, you can't play a much better hockey game and come away with just 1 point if you're the Avalanche. Is it going to be Giordano? Is it going to be the third Calgary Flame defenseman to score in this game? Watch, he's coming in. No.
Monahan,
yeah.
Well, he makes the save there, Beer. Looked like
You know what?
He pushed at himself.
He pushed at himself, but if you watch him, he freezes. Watch him freeze for a second. He thinks he's got it. And then when he realizes he doesn't, he feels pressure, and he knows he hasn't got enough time to reach down, so he tried to poke it through the pack. Didn't quite get it through. But you could see by his body language, when it hit him, he thought he had it. And then there was a realization, and then he didn't have time to get down and get it.
So the Calgary Flames come back. They get a late third period goal to tie it and get the overtime winner from Sean Monahan to win it 4-3. Tomorrow night, the Avalanche back on the ice when they face the Winnipeg Jets. We'll start our coverage at 5:30. Now let's get you back to the studio for the AutoNation Toyota Locker Room Report.